Hello and welcome to Plus Back. In a previous video, I had a seed sowing bonanza. In this video, I'm going to give you an update and let you know all that's been going on, what's grown successfully and what has been less so. Keep watching. I've made a start on potting things up already. So here we have, I would pick one whose name I can't say. Ecremocarpus. Ecremocarpus. Yeah, it's a lovely climbing plant, and yeah, it has red flowers, although I think you can get varieties that have orange ones, and it's usually grown as a tender perennial, but I've had it actually over winter here for 2 years running before the really harsh winter we had last year killed it off. So lots of cells like this already planted up. I've also started to harden some off outside, particularly ones that I sowed in cells to start with. I'll show you those. I've also separated those that haven't germinated yet and have been least successful. Yeah, so let me show you around. Over here I have this cold frame that I've put the seedlings in, and what I do is close it up at night to stop it getting too cold and then open it up in the daytime, and that way I'll gradually acclimatize the plants to the outside world. Over there I have all of the seeds that haven't grown. I'll quickly show you those to get them out of the way, and then we can focus on the stuff that's actually growing. To be honest, most of these were seeds that had been sitting in the drawer for a number of years, so I'm not really surprised that they haven't germinated. I'm hoping that by leaving them outside with variable temperatures, colder nights, warmer days might stimulate the germination. Fingers crossed. Here in the cold frame, things are looking much happier. So I've got a few sunflowers in pots over there. They're called claret. Sunflower in Italian white there. And down below here, I have my aeonium, which I'm really pleased about. There's some sweet peas there, but I'm going to make a different video about those, so I won't go into them now. I've got a poached eggplant there. But only one's germinated, which is a bit of a shame, as I quite like poached eggplants. Next to that, I've got some white honesty. And over on the other side, I've got some cornflowers, some hollyhocks, some flax and phacelia. Over here, I've got a couple of nasturtiums, including this one here, which has a variegated leaf. It's called Jewel of Africa. And when the young leaves come through, they're this lovely yellow and green colour. The only thing is, I wasn't expecting it to be quite so sunny. And I'm a little worried that the leaves might get scorched after having come from the outside where it's a little bit darker into such bright sunlight. So what I'm going to do is, while the midday sun is out, just cover the front slightly to keep them a little bit more in the shade. Voila! Here we have a mixture of different basils. They're still a little bit small though, so I might thin them out a bit, but other than that, I'll wait till they're larger. Some cosmos here called Cosmic Orange. Now, I have a little bit of bad luck with cosmos in the past, with slugs getting them. So I'm going to wait till these are quite a bit bigger before planting them out. Then over here we have a Spanish poppy, which is absolutely glorious. I've got some growing outside already, and they are a stunning orange colour, and they survive even here in Wales. On the Spanish theme still, we have Spanish flag, which is a climbing plant. Again, I've grown it in previous years and it's been eaten by the slugs, so I will wait till that's a bit bigger. This here is, oh, I need to look at the label to remind myself. Oh yeah, they're the bells of Ireland. Next to them, evening primrose. Still too small to go into cells yet, as is the stock. I'll wait till that's a bit bigger. Continuing along, we have the one that I'm not going to attempt to say the name of again. Then some celery, and we can pop that up together in a moment. Agastache. Some Thai basil that is a lot larger, so I've potted those up into cells. Hibiscus trionum. And then over there we have, I can't remember. Oh, Dianthus superbus. That's quite a bling flower, but I love it. Then we have geraniums. I'm going to have a little rant about those in a moment. Coriander looking splendid. We'll pop those up together at 2 in a moment. Mechanopsis. Then over here, parsley. And then my courgette, which I'm going to wait till they're all a little bit larger before planting them out. And finally, tomatoes, but I have a whole separate video about those, so I won't mention them today. Okay, let's head to the barn and we can pot these up together. There were a few different seedlings I need to pot up, but I'll focus on these 3 together with you. First up, we have the geraniums, then the cutting celery, and then the coriander. Okay, my rant about the geranium. So quite often when seeds fail to germinate, you can, as a gardener, think, is the fault mine? Did I do something wrong? Was it not quite hot enough? Was it too cold? Was it the compost not wet enough? There's a whole plethora of reasons why a seed won't germinate. But when in this situation you have the exact same seed of the same plant from 2 different companies, and they're planted together in the same seed tray like these ones are, and you have one that germinates and one that doesn't, that does suggest that the fault lies with the seed company and not with you as a gardener, or me in this case. So here we have the geranium, and this one is from Chiltern Seeds. And yeah, there are 10 seedlings here, I counted, and also one that's just starting to grow in the corner. And then on the other side we have Suttons. So yeah, very disappointed. There were fewer seeds than Chiltern's and not a single one has germinated. Yeah, so I am going to lay my cards out on the table and say the fault here is with Suttons, not with me, and thereby destroy any chance I ever have of getting a sponsorship deal for my YouTube channel from Suttons. But oh well, never mind. So what I'm going to do now is let me just move these to one side. I'm going to ease these out of the compost and pot them on into my readily prepared, almost forgot where I put it though, seed cells here. So now looking for the right tool for the job. Ah, there we go, a little mini trowel type thing on a stick. So I'm going to be very gentle and make sure to lift the seedlings by the leaf and not by the stalk, because you could damage the plant, and if you break a leaf, no real harm done. If you break a stalk, it's very likely going to kill the seedling. So I'm just going to dig beneath it and ease it out of the compost, like so, and then just Where should I start? There. And then just pop it in like so. Firm it down a little bit. Voila. The reason I'm being ever so careful is that I'm still going to leave the Sutton seeds to see if they germinate. You know, there is a chance they're a variety of hardy geranium that takes longer to germinate. I'm being very generous here now, but I'm going to leave it and pop it outside with the others that haven't grown and just, yeah, see if there's any hope. I'll carry on with the rest of these. Oh, I forgot to say, I'm using a compost mix of standard multi-purpose compost, some garden soil, perlite and some biochar to add a little bit of natural fertilizer. And I miscounted, there's another little one hidden away there, so I'll go and find a small pot. And that's the geraniums. I'll put them to one side and I'll give them all the water when the others are done. Next up, we have the cutting celery. This is looking really healthy and there's a lot of seedlings in here. Probably far too many seedlings, definitely more than I need. There's only so much cut celery you can use. So I'm going to pop these into modules, and I've got one here with 9 modules in, and that should be good. That should give me, I'm thinking maybe 3 or 4 plants for me, and the rest of them I might put outside the house to sell. Now I just want to do a quick shout out to Real Seeds, as I sowed these extra thick because they've been in the drawer for a few years and I was expecting really poor germination, and yeah, as you can see, they've come through really well, which just shows the quality of Real Seeds. I'm not sponsored by them anyway, but yeah, they're a good company and I recommend using them. So yeah, let's get going. Same process again. To be honest, I'm going to damage some of the small ones, but hey ho. I'm going to pull out a chunk. There we go. And try and yep, I think that's okay. Pop it in. I'm taking the largest of the seedlings, and I'll talk about the smaller ones afterwards and what you can do to allay your feelings of guilt. Then you have all the leftover seedlings, the small ones that nobody wants. If you're anything like me, you probably feel a little bit guilty throwing them away. Why should they die just because they're not the biggest and the strongest? I'd have probably been knocked off well before now if that was the case. So what I tend to do is take chunks of them like that and just chuck them into the garden somewhere. It's best to do it on a rainy day or a cloudy day to give them a chance to grow, because if you throw them out in the sunshine like it is today, they're just going to shrivel up. But yeah, lob them around the garden. If they find a place that they're happy, they might just grow. They might get eaten by slugs, but at least you're giving them a fighting chance. Finally, we have the coriander, and these are looking great. And what I'm going to do is I have this wonderful saucepan here. It's got a little hole in the bottom, which is perfect for drainage. So I'm going to pop some compost in here. Firm it down, leave a little gap around the top so that the water doesn't flow over the edges. And same process again. Where's my little tool gone? Ah, ta-da! just these ones are all the same size, so you don't even need to worry about finding the largest specimens. Same process again of just easing them out. These are a little bit tricky as they tend to get quite tangled. So let me just pop that in there for the moment. Tidy up after myself. So I'm going to untangle them first and then ease them out. Okay, there we go. And make a little hole. Gently lift him in. I've realized I'm holding him by the stalk, just like I told you not to do. Do as I say, not as I do. Oh, actually, these are turning into a nightmare to untangle. Actually, I'm going to take a chunk and just realize that some are going to get broken. There we go, that's working. I like it when I do something right. Okay. Yeah, by the leaf this time. And I'm actually going to plant them quite close to each other. I can always thin them out if I decide there's too many. And then the ones you thin out, you can use. To be honest, I probably could have made my life easier and just sowed the seeds directly into the saucepan here. Oh well, next year. Okay, they're looking a little bit sad and droopy, but with some water and a little bit of TLC, they'll be fine. So I'm going to give them water together with the other seedlings and pop them back in the house, I think, until they perk up a bit. And that's it for today. I do have some more seeds to sow actually, but they'll be sown directly outside and will be in a future video. So thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. You might be one of my subscribers. If so, hello, and I'm enjoying all the comments we're having with each other. But yeah, that's it for today. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.